Hello everybody, welcome to another Moto and Death video. Today we're back and we are going to be covering why riders should be paid more. In my personal opinion and all around, I've heard this plenty of times. Let's hop right into it, let's get going, let's get talking. Now I think that there is just a very strong case for these guys to get paid more, but there is that restriction that they can't. The sport is not big enough, we don't have enough sponsors, all that good stuff. All the stuff that goes into funding a sport. You look at the NFL, every single individual team of those 32 worth billions, all right? And that alone is nuts and insane, and I don't think our sport will even be ever close to that. But you kind of get that general, like, how are these guys getting paid $50 million a year to these guys who are happy to get a $100,000 winning bonus, and it's like all about the prize pool and the Super Motocross playoffs everyone's raving about. So there's just a lot that goes into it, and you can't compare sports. I made that mistake in the past of kind of just comparing, and you really just can't, just because it's so limited and so different from one another. So just in motocross though, Supercross, just on dirt bikes and just racing in general, it's just not as big, so you don't really have that luxury of getting paid the big money just because it's around. You kind of have to work. You have to be at the top to be paid the most. Everyone at the lower level, on the privateer level, you still get your sponsors. Some manufacturers will help you, but you're still paying a lot, and you go back and you reinvest in yourself every single week. And it's just super cool to watch the sport still grow despite it being so hard to come from the bottom. And amateurs, it's a big commitment. If you really, if you truly think you're fast enough, you want to take that step up to amateurs, you think that you can destroy amateurs, go to Loretta Lynn's, all that good stuff. It takes a lot to get there, financially, mentally, and physically. And I think that the financial side of the sport has just not been talked about nearly enough, because we're all at that level where the sport is on such an uprise right now. In my opinion, I really think it is. And I can't wait to see it continue to grow. And hopefully these contracts do too. We look at NFL guys, and I'm comparing sports right now, but I'm comparing lifestyle, really. They do maybe a lot less. I wouldn't say a lot less, because off the field training and off the track training, you're still putting in a lot of work. But when it comes to what you're doing, NFL is not nearly as dangerous. Sure, you've seen Tua Tagovailoa, if you guys know what I'm talking about. His concussions, he had 3 or 2 this past year. Not a fun situation to deal with, but we just saw Cooper Webb just get absolutely nailed by Adam Cianciarulo, in the head, because just ran his back tire in on his head, and it just wasn't a good sight to see. And what these guys do, I think, is far more dangerous than the NFL. It's not even close. Sure, you can maybe tear more ligaments in the NFL, and you see a lot more just different stuff, but it doesn't compare to this. I don't think that anything does. Obviously, you can point out the extreme of extreme sports, but it's just such a physically brutal sport. And for these guys to be paid so little compared to other, sports and whatnot, it just sucks. But I really do think that they should literally be compensated for putting their body and life on the line every single week, every single day that they train. They train at such a high level, the top of the top guys. You have these top of the line training facilities where you're going 110% to push that race pace and to kind of try to simulate what you're going to be going through. And that is taking the body to its physical limits. And I think that a lot of that, you hear a lot of things obviously with the riders and whatnot, and how much it takes to get to that top level. Chase Sexton, he said that his training regimen is literally to stay durable. It's not to absolutely push limits, but it's to stay durable. And I can only imagine what that means. And we just know how much work actually goes in. And I think that the bar is set so low that it can raise so high in these next few years, to the point where these guys are getting paid a lot of money. But I don't think that it'll ever compare to the NFL. I don't know how much NHL. I don't follow hockey, but I guarantee you that we're not even close to that. So it's just hard to watch these guys go out and then, with injuries, and then kind of look at it and be like, well, that was a serious crash. Well, that was a serious tear. Well, that was a serious incident, right? And to think like how much these guys get paid, I don't know the exact numbers by any means. All right, I don't know year by year contract by contract, I don't know, but I know it is significantly less than what they deserve. And I truly believe that. And as the sport's uprising, we're seeing the money go up on these contracts. So you got to think of guys like Ricky Carmichael, Jeremy McGrath, all of them who were big entertainers as well. They probably weren't even making close to enough. And that's why they all have jobs inside the sport and whatnot. So I don't know. It's really hard to speculate on when you don't know much about it. But I just know that the bar is too low right now. I think that these guys are total badasses, and I think everyone in the comments can, if you guys are going to argue at all, can't argue with that. These guys do the absolute most every single day, and they just need to be compensated a little bit more for that. And that's kind of my input on that. Tell me you guys' thoughts and comments down below. And if you guys have any other video ideas or want me to cover anything else within the sport on this channel, let me know in the comments down below. I'd be more than happy to. I will see you guys next time.